Hey, Outbounds, it's Mike and Beth again. We have another tip for you. As you um, go on exchange here, you're working on various preparations, and one of the things that you could be working on is your vocabulary for what we call the first night questions. These are really important, and they are first night type questions, things that you want to work on with your host family to understand what life will be like with them, and it just kind of opens the door for a conversation with them.
We really recommend that you do these. And if your host family doesn't bring them up, I would initiate it if I were you. It can help clear up misunderstandings later. Questions like, uh, how do you want me to take care of my laundry?
Or where do you keep your cabbage?
Or um, how can I send a letter?
Maybe tell me about your spirit animal.
That is not. Do we have a list of questions?
I
That
think it's really important that you know the spirit
it
animal
is
of all
not
of your
important.
host parents.
I think that's debatable. There are actual legitimate
Whatever.
questions that you're going to want to ask your host family, and I don't know that you're going to get into spirit animals, but you will want some vocabulary around some basic things that you want to communicate, and it's great. We'll put the link to a resource for the actual questions that you might want to ask
What is
below.
the sound of one hand clapping?
That is not a no. Just look in the
Okay.
comments below for a link to some suggested questions, and it will also help you translate them and know the vocabulary. It's really important to know how to ask where the stash of toilet paper is, for example. You don't want to have to pantomime something like that, which
That's true.
somebody has done that before.
With one hand?
No,
What is the sound of that?
I don't need to know.
Anyway, I'm sure that someone who is smarter than me thought of great questions that are in there, and I do know that you can translate them into many different languages. So, but I would advise you to translate it into the language that you'll be speaking in your country. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Unless you want to learn an entirely different language than the one that you will be speaking all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's enough. We're done.
All right.
Bye.
Good luck.